heavy, suffocating silence falls over the bridge as Wu Tian's blunt refusal sinks in. Wu Tian makes his stance crystal clear. He knows he can easily break through the blockade on his own and survive drifting through the starry void. He's not stupid enough to throw his life away fighting 5 level 13 space pirates just to save a cargo ship. Left with no other cards to play, a panicked Xiangxian turns to the rest of the gathered fighters. She desperately begs everyone to put aside their fears, cooperate, and help the Star Spirit Flower survive this crisis. She swears on her family's honor that she will reward everyone handsomely if they stand and fight. But her desperate pleas fall on completely deaf ears when it's a matter of literal life and death. Promises of future wealth and family honor feel incredibly cheap and hollow. To make matters worse, even the injured Babalu and Masha start backing away, preparing to abandon the hall and retreat. Silence fills the room, and Xiangxian is left standing entirely alone, watching her elite defense force completely crumble and abandon her. In a last-ditch effort, she frantically screams at Wu Tian, asking how a high-level expert consecrated by her Chamber of Commerce could just stand by and watch them all die. Wu Tian calmly shuts her down, calling her incredibly foolish for still trying to save the ship in a hopeless situation. He offers her a single compromise. He will do his absolute best to escort her out safely. But as for the vessel and the cargo, they are history. The harsh reality hits Xiangxian like a freight train, sending her collapsing to her knees in absolute despair. She bitterly realizes that losing an invaluable top-tier immortal-level spaceship due to her own terrible leadership is basically a death sentence anyway. Even if she somehow survives and makes it back to her family, she faces permanent imprisonment for ruining their future. Tears stream down her face as she clutches her head, desperately praying for a miracle to save her from this nightmare. The rest of the ship's fighters look around, completely terrified and wondering if there is any possible way out of this literal death trap. Just as Xiangxian is about to completely succumb to her despair, the veteran powerhouse Haijidao steps forward. Crossing his arms, he calmly notes that they might not be completely out of options just yet. If anyone else had said something so absurd, the crew would have laughed them out of the room. But coming from a legendary level 13 expert like Haijidao, everyone immediately freezes in sheer shock. Xiangxian's eyes instantly ignite with a massive flame of hope, and she eagerly presses the old master for his solution. Meanwhile, a highly skeptical Wu Tian looks on, completely baffled by what the older warrior could possibly be planning. Even the injured Babalu and his daughter Masha stop their retreat, turning back with stunned expressions as they try to process this sudden twist. Outside, the siege is reaching a fever pitch. Swarms of lower-level space pirates relentlessly hammer the Star Spirit Flower's energy shield, screaming at the defenders to give up and accept their doom. Haijidao reveals his ultimate trump card. He explains that he knows a certain someone, an absolute monster of a cultivator, who, if he decides to step in, could easily sweep these pirates away like dust. Overjoyed, Xiangxian practically glows with relief. She frantically asks if this mystery savior is really on board and demands to know how they can contact him immediately. Hearing this, the rest of the crew also starts whispering in excitement. Under normal circumstances, the 5 level 13 pirates have completely jammed their communications, cutting off any chance of calling external reinforcements. But if Haijidao has a direct line to an even stronger master already on the ship, this might actually be their golden ticket to survival. After all, nobody on board wants to lose this massive, ultra-luxurious vessel if they can help it. Even putting aside the massive financial loss of the ship, being forced to abandon it means they would be stranded, wandering helplessly in the deadly void of space. The harsh truth is that if they leave the safety of the ship's shields, the level 13 pirates would easily hunt down and slaughter the weaker crew members. The terrifying bandaged assassin wouldn't hesitate to turn them all into meat. These ruthless, bloodthirsty space pirates are definitely not the type to play nice and let the passengers peacefully evacuate. If they want to live, their only hope is to get this mysterious savior to join the fight. Aonang Turing points out that their potential savior is currently right here on this very spaceship, standing right under their noses. Zai Yangshin's mind nearly short-circuits. She struggles to process the fact that they somehow have a hidden, unregistered level 13 powerhouse resting among the passengers. But Haiji Dao immediately throws a wrench in her assumptions, sweating a little as he clarifies that this mysterious master is definitely not a level 13. Hearing this, Zi Yangshin is surprised. Her mind immediately jumps to the ultimate conclusion. If he isn't level 13, then he must be an even more legendary level 14 Colossus. It makes perfect sense in her head, since another level 13 wouldn't be enough to turn the tide against 5 opponents. Only a legendary level 14 Grandmaster could possibly save them from this absolute nightmare. Word quickly spreads, and the entire ship erupts into a massive wave of pure hype. The crew can't believe they are sharing a ride with a literal giant of the starry sky, a legendary figure they would normally never even dream of meeting in their entire lifetimes. The excitement is absolutely contagious. Even veteran fighters like Wu Tian and Babello find their hope completely restored, eagerly anticipating the Grandmaster's dramatic entrance to save the day. Seeing the crowd spin completely out of control, Haiji Dao lets out an awkward cough and quickly interrupts their celebration, clarifying that this person isn't a level 14 either. This sudden declaration completely derails everyone's excitement. The fighters exchange bewildered glances, utterly confused about what is actually going on. If he isn't level 13 or 14, what could he possibly be? With a deadpan expression, Haiji Dao drops the ultimate anticlimax. Their supreme savior is actually only a level 12. The entire room instantly goes into absolute denial, screaming that the old man must be pulling some kind of sick joke. Sensing the crowd's utter disbelief, Haiji Dao quickly doubles down. He firmly declares that although this person is only level 12, his actual combat power is terrifyingly strong, easily 100 times greater than his own. Hearing a veteran level 13 expert make such a mind-boggling claim leaves Shi Yangshin completely dumbfounded. A heavy silence falls over the rest of the veteran fighters. Wu Tian breaks into a cold sweat, while Ba Bello and Ma Xia stand frozen in place, completely unable to comprehend a mere level 12 possessing that kind of universe-breaking power. Meanwhile, far away from the ship's panic, the scene shifts deep into the twisted, chaotic wastes of the dark side universe. Standing amidst a graveyard of bones, Lu Sheng's monstrous shadow clone surveys the desolate, blood-red continent, realizing he has completely run out of local opponents to slaughter and devour. By ruthlessly consuming every beast in his path, the clone has successfully hit his absolute limit of 100 million mutated immortal cells. Even Lu Sheng is amazed by how ridiculously fast this creepy avatar's power is skyrocketing. He reflects on the brutal mechanics of this dark dimension. Unlike their home universe, these monsters face zero bottleneck limits for their evolution. As long as they keep absorbing raw energy, their power just snowballs exponentially. Lu Sheng can't help but feel smug about his own foresight. The clone he casually planted as a tiny experiment is growing far beyond his wildest expectations. He realizes that if this insane trend continues, this monstrous avatar will eventually grow into a towering shield capable of protecting his main body from any cosmic threat, serving as his absolute greatest hidden trump card. Suddenly, a sharp beeping sound pulls him out of his thoughts, feeling the spiritual signal. The clone realizes Haiji Dao is calling him, wondering if they have finally reached their destination. This is the end of the video. To watch the next part, subscribe to our channel.